A very big hello to all my wonderful PU2 aspirants. First of all, lots of love to all of you guys, because we know that you might be stressed, but you do not have to be. You're going to do really well in your examination. And now, second thing, this particular video that I am going to make for you is one of the most important videos for you if you are someone who is going to write the examination tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So listen to me carefully. Over here, I have written, or basically I am going to explain you the must-know examination rules. You get it? And I spoke to the person belonging to the examination committee. That's how we thought that we should be doing something like this, because it is highly important. And over here you will get lots of your doubts cleared. That is, should I be carrying scientific calculator? Can I write from the 5-marker questions and then go ahead with other questions? Can I write extra questions? Can I basically carrying the writing pad or not? So all your small and big questions would be answered over here. So make sure you are with me throughout this entire particular video. So let's get started without wasting any bit of your time, my dear children. Over here we have, can I attempt extra questions? So the answer to this question is yes, you can attempt extra questions, but one thing, make sure you are managing your time really well. You can attempt extra questions. For example, you are asked to attempt 5 questions. Okay, so you answered 5 of them, but you are not sure about the 5th or 4th question. It's okay. You can write an extra question or one more extra question, whatever you want. You can do that. But the thing that matters, first thing, it is not highly recommended. Why? Because you might not have enough time to write extra answers. Apart from that, one more thing is that if you are not writing in correct order, this might leave the invigilator confused. So I'm going to tell you how you have to write. So write in the correct order, as in you are dealing with part B question. Okay, you are dealing with part B question. You wrote 3 of them. You are unsure about the 17th question. You're not very sure about the 17th question. So what you did is that you wrote an extra question. So how do you write it? Put it like this, extra, and then put a mark like this, and then whatever question you are going to write extra, you can just put it. For example, I am going to write 20th question. 19th question I didn't know the answer for this, so because of that I am going ahead with 20th question. So write 20 and put down the answer. So what did I do? Whenever I started off a section, first thing that I made sure is that I am mentioning part B, and then I am going ahead with answering that. If I am not sure about any of the answers, I am putting extra and writing the other answers as well. But make sure you are writing in correct order, not like 20th you wrote and then you're like, oh, 19th also I know, 19th I will also attempt. Don't do like that. Please go in order. If you do not know 19, don't write it. It's okay. But you have to go in correct order. Now, apart from this, suppose after the examination you're thinking that I should be writing an extra question. I didn't leave the space. What will I do? It's okay. You can still write it. So once you've completed the whole paper, what you can do is, again, you can write extra questions and then part B, part C, in whichever part you want to write extra. For example, I have to write part B 1 extra question, so I wrote this question. Then part C, again some extra question, I wrote it. So mention it is of part B, mention that this particular question is of part C, and then you can go ahead with writing the answer. And if you can, please mention extra over here. Okay, so you can put extra and then part B and then answer, and then part C and then answer. It's fine. You don't have to write multiple times extra. Works once, it is fine. Works for you, but make sure you are writing the parts and you're writing the question number very much correctly, my dear children. The preferable one, as I said, is going along with the answers over here. When you write it along with the parts, it is better. But now at the last moment you think that, okay, that's a problem, I have to write this. So okay, you can write it at the end of the paper, but make sure you are writing like this. Okay, and make sure you're writing in correct order as well. The numbers should not be exchanged. Now, next thing, can I start directly with 5 markers? So 5 markers obviously are very important, but can you directly start with that? The answer is no. You know what? One very important rule. You have to start with part A compulsorily. That means your MCQs and your fill in the blanks have to be completed on priority first. So the first 2 pages should be going on for that only. So write part A, attempt part A completely, and then after completing part A, it's your option. You want to go ahead with 5 marker, you can go ahead with part D. No problem. You can go ahead with part D. But the first thing that should be there in your answer sheet should be part A, my dear children, where your MCQ and your fill in the blanks questions are mentioned. I hope you got it, but once more I'll tell you. Okay, part D, You cannot start with that. First thing, any paper, you should be starting with part A, followed by you can go ahead with part D or whatever part you want to. That's fine. But make sure again, whenever you are writing the answers, you are writing in correct order. The numbers should be correct. Do not make it jumbled. It will make make the examiner so confused. And one very important thing is that try to go with the flow only. Try to go with MCQs first, and then 2 marker, then 3 marker, and then 5 marker. You know what? Your question paper is designed in such a way that you can complete your paper within the 3 hours that you are getting over here. So I hope you understand that. So you need all this thing when you overwrite. So better thing, the best thing is that do not overwrite. Be to the point, write what is asked. That's all. Okay. So I always say, write what you know. Okay. Sorry, write what is asked, not what you know about it. So you might know a lot of things about it, but whatever question is asked, you have to write that first and then go ahead with your elaboration. Get it? Cool. Now that is done. I hope I'm answering your questions. If at all, children, if you have some more doubts, you can put it down in the comment section even now. Okay, we will be taking it up. But these are the things I hope a lot of you might be getting your questions cleared. Okay, so we took it on priority. And now next thing, is there any separate rule for part A? So MCQ question, fill in the blanks question, is there any separate rule for that? Yes, there is separate rule for that. So basically, for example, hemophilia is the answer for the first question, but then I put a strike like this and I wrote some other answer. Okay, I wrote thalassemia. I wrote something over here. Even if the answer is correct, my dear children, I would not be rewarded with marks. Why? Because in part A, exclusively, striking is not allowed. If you're striking, that means this particular thing is not going to be considered. This answer is going to be invalid even if you write the correct answer. Why? This was done because basically children cheat very easily in MCQs. Okay, so they write the correct answer and they cut it off and then write the next answer. You get it? Which they get from their friend. So basically, to avoid this, they have put down a rule like this. There is no striking allowed in part A section. So what do you do, ma'am, if basically I'm not someone who cheats or do things like that, but if I'm not sure about the answer, I want to attempt it later, what can I do? First thing, I can leave it blank, because obviously you're not allowed to write in your question paper as well. Otherwise, what you can do is, the best thing that I'll suggest you is write with pencil first. Okay, not all the answers, only the answers that you are unsure about, you can write it with pencil. Okay, and now when you went through the entire question paper, you got to know that, okay, I think this is the sure answer. What you will do, you are going to erase that thing with pencil and then you have to rewrite it with a pen. You have to rewrite it with a pen. Do not just assume that with the pencil only you will get the marks. No. So no striking is allowed. If you have a doubt, do not attempt it. For example, the answer number 8. I wrote it with pencil, then I erased it, then I wrote it with pen when I was sure about it. That's how you have to do. Otherwise, it would be considered invalid. So no striking allowed. If you have stroked and written the correct answer again, it would be considered invalid. If unsure, write it with pencil first, then erase and write with the pen. If you are writing 2 options, yes, it's like giving MCQ for the teachers. Okay, at that time also, both of them. Okay, if you suppose you're writing Klinefelter syndrome and some other thing, Turner syndrome, something like that, basically it is also considered invalid. Please children, the examiner has given you question. You are not supposed to question them. Do not give them MCQ options over there. It would be considered invalid. So please be mindful of what you are writing on your paper. And yes, one more very important thing which I didn't tell is basically that whenever you are having MCQ or basically fill in the blanks question, you have to make sure you're writing the whole option. That is A, hemophilia, B, natural selection, whatever statement it is, you have to write it completely. Why? Because you will lose marks if you're just going to write A, B, C. Fine. So if you're writing, it will be considered invalid. If you're writing full, you would be getting marks for that. Now, in the fill in the blanks question, you just have to write the correct option. You don't have to write the full statement. Okay. Whatever fills in the blank, you can just write that 16th question. This is the thing. That's all. Don't write the entire statement. So I just missed it, so I thought I should be putting it as well. Yeah. Now, next thing. Can I get rough sheet for rough work? So this comes mostly for the children who are doing mathematics and stuff like that. So listen to me, there won't be any rough sheet given to you for additional work. What you can do is, there's a booklet, answer booklet, which is there. The last page of it, the back and the front parts, both of it can be used as a rough sheet. So make sure you are using that as a rough sheet. The back side, the last page of your answer booklet, that can be totally used for rough column. Now one more important thing, you feel that okay, this is not enough, or basically this is very much difficult for me to turn back again and again. So you can make a border like this and also do your calculation, but this is not recommended. Okay, this is not recommended. The best one is to write at the end, but as I said, you can do this as well. Make sure it is neat, it's clean, but as I said, better one would be at the back side of the page, the booklet, answer booklet. Now no extra booklet will be provided until you are about to finish yours. So suppose you have a booklet and you are going to finish that, at that point you can ask for the next booklet. You will be given with the next, you will be provided the next booklet. But apart from that, if you are like having 7 pages left still on your page, on your booklet, and then you are asking, or basically 2 pages, 3 pages left, and you're still asking, ma'am, can you give me a booklet, or sir, can you give me a booklet, they might not give you the booklet. Okay, and so whenever you get a booklet, that's also when you get a signature and everything like that. Again, to make sure that no one is carrying along a paper with them. You get it? So anyone can carry a rough paper and bring it up, right? So, or a rough booklet or anything like that. So to prevent it, they put signature while giving it to you, maintaining a record that okay, they have given this to this particular person. So make sure you are aware of all this thing and do not indulge in anything bad. Okay. So I hope that is also cleared. Now one very important thing before we get ahead with calculator stuff, that is, if you are someone who is preparing for KCET, my dear children, you have Abhyas KCET test series as well as Lakshya KCET crash course. Lakshya KCET crash course is a 21-day residential program, okay, where you have to come to Bangalore. You can visit our campuses, study with the teachers, okay, for 21 days, or you can opt for an online option, that is Abhyas KCET test series, where you get 35 full syllabus and chapter wise test. Now why is it important for 12th graders? First thing, 12th graders are the one who would be attempting KCET. Second thing, over here in Abhyas KCET test series, you can also access PU2 test series. So that option is also available to you. You will get both of it for ₹1499. Okay, so more details to it would be given in the description box. You can just click on that. So I'm not stressing you about that. Let's go ahead into what we were talking. So is scientific calculator allowed for math, physics and chemistry? Children, please remember that scientific calculator is not at all allowed. The simple digital calculator is allowed. You can take the simple digital calculator, but not the scientific calculator for any of the subjects that are mentioned up over here. For math, physics and chemistry, you are not supposed to have scientific calculator. I hope I am very clear with the subjects, and also that you should not be carrying this. You can carry simple digital calculator, no problem with that. Works? Okay. Chalo, I hope this video is turning out to be really useful for you. So can I carry writing pads? That was a common question that you all had. Now writing pads are not allowed. Okay, even if you have a transparent writing pad, still it would not be allowed. So that was a question that we saw in today's live, that transparent writing pads are allowed or not. No, it is not allowed. I just confirmed it. Okay, so you should not be carrying any form of writing pad. There would be a table, you can write it properly over there. Okay, so we understand your pain, but you know what, so many things have happened, which is why probably they might have come with this big rules. But yes, it's okay. We are going to anyway write properly. No, don't worry about anything. Okay, so no transparent writing pad, no writing pad at all, so do not take it. Now next thing, can I switch from blue to black pen between the exam, or black to blue pen between the whatever pen? If you want to switch, can you do that between the pens? For example, I was writing with black pen, my ink got over, I just had a blue pen, I'm going to start with that. Is it okay? Well, you know what, it's totally fine, but then again you have to call the invigilator, inform that they are changing the pen, and they will put a signature right over there, and then only you can go ahead with writing with another pen. Okay, so it will look something like this. Whenever you're turning from black to blue color, make sure you're talking to the invigilator first, because you require the signature over here. Without signature, if you're doing again, it's like a form of cheating, but probably it's thought that the children have already written the answer and they have brought it. Okay, so do not do that again. Okay, so if you're switching between blue to black or vice versa, or if you're switching between a ball pen to gel pen, even it will be black only. Suppose you're writing with black ball pen and now you're switching to black gel pen, again you require a signature. Now ma'am, should I take a ball pen or a gel pen? The answer to this question is please go for ballpoint pen. Please go for ballpoint pen. Why? You know what, gel pen is a little, what say, what do you call, dangerous, because in gel pen, some of us know while writing we sweat a lot, our hands also sweat a lot, so the water would be on the paper, and this, because of this gel pen, the ink would be like going away everywhere, and also our sweat, or sometimes the water bottle that you're carrying, if it is spilled unknowingly also in your paper, my dear children, it will be a big trouble for you. So to avoid all those things, better be restricted to ballpoint pen. Now you might be asking, ma'am, can I use waterproof gel pen? Whatever you do, make sure, please try it at your home, that the pen that you are using is not getting faded away when water is being put. You do not know how these papers are being transported, so any damage could be happening. So to prevent all of that, I am recommending you to take a ballpoint pen for usage. So you can go ahead with blue ballpoint pen. That is a common thing, that's a normal thing that we use. Okay, and just don't carry one pen, please carry multiple, at least 3 pens you can carry, and make sure you have written with that pen. Okay, make sure you, because the first time if you write, it will be a bit scratchy, so while you are preparing now also, you can write a bit with that pen that you're going to use on your exam day as well, but do not make it empty. Just a little bit of writing is enough, so that the scratchiness is gone. Okay, so what do you understand from this particular thing? First thing, if you are switching your pen, either it be ball pen to gel pen or between blue to black or black to blue, you need your teacher's or your invigilator's signature. Without that, you are not going to do this. Okay, second thing, it is preferable to use ballpoint pen. Third thing, please carry multiple pens, and if you're carrying multiple pens, make sure you have written with that, so that the scratchiness is gone and it becomes easy for you to write down. I hope that is clear. And preferable pen color is blue. Okay, it's blue, not the sky blue and things like that. Please do not carry multiple colors over there. Only black and blue pen is there, okay, allowed. So please do not carry multiple things. Okay, that would be a sincere request from my end. Now, can I use whitener, ma'am, if I did something wrong? Again, the answer for this question would be no, you cannot use whitener. So instead, okay, what you can do, as I said, in part A, there is no striking, there is, okay, sorry, in part A, there is no striking, there is no whitener, nothing. In part B, part C, part D, or whatever, 3 marker, 2 marker questions you are getting, no. In that, if you suppose that the question you answer you wrote is wrong, what you can do is just strike it off. Just strike it very peacefully. Okay, one strike would be enough, such that, okay, this is something that I have written wrong, I am writing the next thing over here. Please do not, I know it won't look aesthetic, it won't look so good, okay, to you, but using whitener is not allowed, again, because it could stick and do things like that, which is why it is prohibited. I hope it works. Now suppose your answer itself is wrong, the whole answer, again what do? You make strike like this and just move on. Okay, do not just scratch it up way too much, it does not look good. Okay, and no one is there to judge you for what you have written already. What you're going to write will matter a lot, so make sure you're writing like that. So please do not use whitener, instead strike the wrong statement or the whole answer like this, and don't do kichi-pichi. Works? Chalo. Next thing, and with this, one more question is that, for example, you want to highlight something. Okay, there's an important point over there, I want to highlight it. Can I use a highlighter? You cannot use a highlighter. Okay, you cannot use a highlighter. Instead, what can I do? Basically, I can underline. I can underline this particular thing. This is very much important for me. Or probably I can box it up like this, but I prefer underlining. Majorly, everyone would be preferring what? Underlining what's important, rather than doing the box thingy, because again the box could be a bit clumsy and things like that. So what you can do is just underline what is very much important with the pen that you are writing. Or what you can do is, if you feel that, okay, listen to me carefully, the most recommended form is while you're writing, go on underlining as well. In that way, you don't have to revisit, because obviously it will take too much of your time reading it. But there is one more good thing about rereading. For example, at the end, okay, always remember, whenever you're giving the examination, you should be having 10 minutes buffer time for rechecking your answers. There are high chances that you can get things wrong, you want to write something extra and things like that. So make sure you are having that 10 minutes time with you and you answer everything accordingly so that you get that particular break. Okay, just like how you need a break in your daily life, similarly this particular break is also very much important. Now when you reread, at that time you can take a pencil and also you can underline with the pencil, and in this way you are both checking the answer as well as underlining the important content. So two ways you have: either you write and then underline at that point itself, or else when you read, okay, whenever you read you can underline. Second thing is recommended obviously, but the thing is sometimes you might run out of time, you might not have that buffer time, which is why underlining would do good. Okay, works for you? Chalo. Now next thing, can I draw with pen? Again, this is mostly for biology and all related questions over there. Can you draw with pen, my dear children? You cannot draw with pen, you have to draw with pencil. Please make sure do not draw with pen, instead use pencil. You can use pen for basically labeling, okay, you can use pen for labeling, and while labeling also make sure your lines are not like this straight, put straight and label things, okay, put straight lines and then label. For example, you have to show what is this, again you can show like this, okay, you can show like this, but make sure you're putting straight lines, and then while writing you can label with pen, that's fine, but drawing, you should not be drawing with pen. Use pencil for drawing. Drawing with pen is not allowed. You have to draw with pencil and you have to label with pen. I hope that is clear. Also one more thing, it's not just for biology but also for anything, any other subject as well, that is chemistry, math or physics. Any figures that you have to draw, make sure you are going to do with what? With pencil only. Labelings always can be done with pen, no problem with that. And also you do not have to make margins. As I said, for the rough work, you know what I already told you, there's back page, and apart from that there is no need for making margin because margin will be already there in the answer sheet. Works? Chalo. Can I wear a watch? Can you wear a watch? Let's see. So over here, analog watches are allowed, digital is not. So this is a digital watch, this is completely restricted, you are not allowed to use it. While you're talking about analog, you can definitely go for it, no problem. Please do not carry this, okay? And I'll tell you one more thing. It is told in this year that watch itself is not very much necessary. For every classroom there will be a clock, and also the bell will be ringing for giving you information whether how much time is left and stuff like that. But if at all you're carrying, please make sure you're carrying an analog watch, not the digital one, because you would be asked to remove it. Now, can I carry a water bottle? Yes, obviously people don't want you to die because of dehydration. So you can carry water bottle, but make sure it is transparent. It should be transparent as in everything should be see-through. Okay, the other side of the water bottle also should be seen. That is what you mean by transparent bottles. Please do not take the solid ones which are not transparent, it is opaque or translucent. Don't take that. Just the transparent ones are the best. Just take that and go for examination. Okay. Now, one very important thing before going ahead with the schedule is that for especially the female students, are you allowed to carry the sanitary napkins? Yes, you can, but not inside the examination hall. Okay, so in the bag you can keep it. So ma'am, if I get my periods in between exam, or basically if I have some emergency, what do? You go to the invigilator, you talk to them. The invigilator would be providing another teacher to come along with you. You can take the sanitary napkin and use it as well. Okay, this is how it works. So we went into this much detail for you guys so that you don't face any trouble. I hope this video is going to be really helpful for you. But again, as I said, you have to ask us if you have any more doubts. Now the last and the most important thing is the examination schedule that you have, as in what time you should be coming in and things like that. So I'll zoom it in a bit so that you understand things better. So by 9:40, my dear children, you would be asked to enter the examination hall. By 9:40 you have to compulsorily reach and you have to enter the examination hall. By 10 o'clock your exam would be starting. Okay, by 10 o'clock your exam will be starting. By 10:10, okay, you would be getting your answer sheet. So before that you would be having a question paper and everything, you have to fill in the form, and then By 10:10 you will be getting your answer sheet. By 10:15 you can start answering. You can completely start answering your question paper by 10:15. Now 10:30 there will be a bell, and this bell suggests that after this point no one would be allowed to enter the examination hall. Okay, this 10:30 there will be a bell. After that no one is going to be allowed to enter the examination hall, whatsoever reason is there. So make sure you're reaching before 9:40 first, and the most important thing, okay, by 10 o'clock as I said you will be seated, and your question papers would be given. By 10:10 what will happen, your answer sheet will be given. By 10:15 you have to start answering it. Now the bell will ring at 12:30, that means half time, basically 30 minutes are left. Okay, that means just 30 minutes are left for your exam to get over. So that will be a countdown bell that is happening. Then again at 12:50 one more bell will be there, suggesting that you would be having just 10 more minutes left to complete the examination. Fine. And then at 1 p.m. the exam would be ended. Cool. I hope this is clear. So what you have to make sure is that you are going to reach the examination center before this for sure. Please plan your day ahead. If it is far away, just check how much time do you take to travel and all, a day before or few days before. You can just do that, okay? But make sure you are reaching this place early. You can start early, no problem, and please sleep, please have good food and take rest, okay? Take care of your body. Your body is the only thing that is going to be there with you, okay? So do not make it too stressful. You are going to do well, just believe that and just give your 100%. So I hope, my dear children, I have included all the very important points. If you still have something that you want to ask, you can ask down in the comment section. I'm not going to waste any bit of your time now. Wishing you all the best. Lots of love from Jasmine ma'am, and take care. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel as well. Bye-bye.